guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Simon down here at Burford Golf Club, and as you can see from the first clip, I'm taking my training very seriously for the YouTube Golf Day. And today I'm going to quickly show you my bag, what I'm going to be using on the day, as well as a bit of putting practice. I haven't practiced putting for, well, ever since being at Burford, as it's all been long drive and it's been winter and speed, whereas if you want to be good at golf, short game does matter. So I'm going to show you my bag. Unfortunately, I wanted to do a second-hand bag for the day, obviously, but running out of time. It's May the 6th. I spoke to Golf Bidder, but they're doing a bit of work with Rick and Pete, and they don't want to saturate the content on YouTube, which I completely understand. My old bag's pretty much second-hand anyway, so I'm going to show you what I've got in the bag, what I'm going to be using, and I need to still put some additions there, but I need to start practicing with the clubs I'm going to use on the day and get comfortable with them. So it's just as well that they're my set of golf clubs that I use, but obviously I haven't practiced much with them because I've been testing every other second-hand equipment through the entire winter. Right guys, let's get into the video. Okay, here's the bag. Now I've had these clubs for a pretty long time, well, since probably about 2017, something like that, or a bit before. So M2, X-Stiff shaft in it. This is actually an inch cut down from standard, so this feels like a toy to me, especially using my long drive drivers. And then M13 wood, don't really like this head. I'd prefer to have the 2016 M2 head, but it's all I got, and we sold the other one from the shop, so I can't swap it over, which is annoying. M13 wood, I don't really use this, so I don't know why it's really in the bag. I think I'm going to go aggressive at the tournament, so there's going to be a lot of practice with this and a lot of stock shots and everything else like that. TaylorMade PSI forged irons, 4 to wedge. They're all in pretty good nick, to be fair, and they've all got, if I show you, C-taper 130 X-Stiff shaft, so all super stiff, all custom built to me back in the day. It's kind of what I've been using. As I said, I kind of wanted to do a funky second-hand set, but in the time that I'm going to get it, I won't have enough time to actually practice with them, which at the end of the day I want to play well. So sorry if you wanted me to do that, but this is basically a second-hand set. I think this set now, if I was to sell it, probably would be only about 600 quid anyway. So it's not brand new by any stretch. Same shaft in my 50-degree wedge with the R series TaylorMade, and I did have a 54 and a 58, but unfortunately I left them behind the shop at my last work and they sent them off to Golf Bidder. Anyway, that's another story for another day. So then I've put a 54 SM6 wedge, which I found out the back, which we had traded in, and it's actually only got a reg flex shaft in it, but seeing as I'm going to be using this from about 80 yards and in, and this for basically chips and bunkers, I don't really need anything stiff in that. At the end of the day, a Tour Pro is going to hit a 40-yard pitch shot the same speed as we would, because otherwise it would go further, ball speed and whatnot. Anyway, that is the bag. The only thing I'm missing is a driving iron. I'm going to put a driving iron in here. I'm going to find one for about 50-60 quid, I think, or a second-hand rescue club, even though I don't like them, and maybe another wedge. I don't think I need it. Oh, and my old school putter. Right, there we go. There's what's in the bag. This guy is taking it far too seriously. He's got the Sharpie out and everything. You know, he's nervous when the alignment tool is coming out. Always line my balls up when I practice my putting. It's one of the big things. I'm very much left eye dominant. When I stand over a putt, everything to me looks like it's aiming massively left. So if I don't do this and don't trust the line, and that's important, trusting the line, I'm going to miss a lot of putts, and three-putt a lot. If you're one of these people that just throws balls onto the green, just hits putts at holes, you're literally wasting your time, so don't bother, because you're not going to do that on the golf course, so you might as well recreate the scenario as if it was a real putt. So you'll see me even from 3-foot putts here. I'm always lining the ball up because that's exactly what I do in the tournament, because I'm going to feel nervous as hell. So you might as well give yourself that kind of comfort blanket, go through your pre-shot routine with each of your putts, lining them up. And I know it's really boring, but do you want to hole 3 putts or not? So obviously it still feels really alien to me. Like, my putting stroke feels horrendous, feels very jerky, it feels like my hands are very tense, but if I do this for the next 4 weeks or so, I know just from experience that obviously my technique is going to feel a lot more solid, which is going to be key over those small putts. Quickest way to improve your scoring is through your putting. I know that's obviously not groundbreaking, but I thought I'd just say it anyway. So we move on to some like in-between putts, breaking left to right, and then obviously right to left, so you do these both. Guess what? I lined the putt up. And also I started looking at the hole. I quite like looking at the hole when I'm practicing my putting, just to get a bit more feel, trying to feel a bit more solid, and have a bit more confidence in my putting stroke. And as you can see here, boom, massively passed. So that was a really great read. But as I say, it's all about your green reading and also hitting a good putt. If you have a bad read and a bad putt, there's a chance the ball might go in the hole. But obviously, you want to make sure your reading skills and your putting skills are better. That was obviously a lot better tempo. Greens aren't the best at the moment because obviously they've just fertilise them and spike them and whatnot. But if you're one of these people that moans about the greens not being good because your putting's awful, yes, you're going to miss a few here and there, but overall it's your putting that's going to be the one that's letting you down. So just stop moaning. It's the only thing I ever hear in the shop, how bad the greens are, how good the greens are or whatnot. It's really boring. Right, this one, straight putts. So I throw 3 balls down just to find out exactly where the straight putt is. And these are key, like 8-10 foot putts. You can mix it up, straight putts towards the hole, line it up. And the reason I say straight putts are really important is because more often than not, a putt is straight on the green. People always look into the greens way too much and going, oh, it's left to right, right to left. Actually, it's more than likely normally dead straight. And this is great for your technique. When my putting is on point, literally it feels like I'm cheating if I have a straight putt, because it's just a given the ball's going in the hole. And the great thing about lining up your ball like this, you'll have a visual aid of the ball rolling over end. So that one, for example, I pulled it, so it was awful, but I knew that, so then obviously that's something to work on. You can also do that in your bedroom, put a tee down, hit 8 foot putts, and everything else, as long as obviously your house is flat. This is the best pressure game you can possibly do. I didn't actually do this for real, but I'm obviously just showing you guys because obviously I had work in the next 10 minutes. You have to get 2 putts from 9 foot. So you keep going around this 9 foot circle until you get 2 putts in a row. Or 2 out of 4, but obviously this is your starting point, so you're just going to keep going around and around. So obviously 2 putts from this 9 foot challenge, and then you're going to move on to the 6 foot circle. And you'll see why the pressure gets worse. So now I have to hold 3 out of 4 from the 6 foot. So obviously you miss one, then you have to hold the other 3. Now if you miss another one, you have to start again. Then you'll see, obviously after this, we'll go straight to the 3 foot ones. You have to hold all 4 of these. Otherwise, again, you start all the way back to the 9 footers. You start feeling a bit tense or a bit excited when you get to these ones, because you're like, oh, I might complete the game, I might finish it. You might have spent 20 minutes, you might have spent 25 minutes, whatever it is. But then obviously the longer you keep doing this game, the more frustrated you're going to get, the more, and there you go. And then obviously now I am absolutely fuming. But obviously I didn't do this for real, but I would have normally been fuming. But it's great practice. It's great practice putting in that the kind of scenario you're going to feel out on the golf course, and you're not just throwing balls down, hitting pointless putts to pointless holes. You're actually trying to recreate the scenario out on the golf course, and that's all golf is really. It's the same as a driving range. If you're out in the driving range, you want to create something similar to the course environment, and that is why this is such a good game. Right, guys, anyway, that's how I'm going to be practicing my putting. No technique stuff, all mental, all in the head, and all pressurised. Right, there we go, guys. There's what I'm going to be doing on my putting. Very much all about pressure and about feel, because that's exactly what I'm going to be in days. I've got 4 weeks now to the tournament, and if you're trying to practice for something that's that short term, really focusing on technique's not going to work, because on the day you're basically just going to lose all of that and just stick to whatever's natural. Bit of heart race, bit of adrenaline, and this kind of stuff is definitely going to help me. As you can see, very poor at the moment in terms of my standards, so with a bit of practice over the next 4 weeks, definitely be a lot more confident, and I think that's key. If you're confident on the day, you're definitely going to perform better. Right, guys, next one I'm going to be doing chipping and wedge play, I think, and then getting out the course management, and then stock shots with drivers. So much stuff I need to be working on, but in trying to utilise that time and quality practice rather than quantity. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. As always, please subscribe if you're new. Leave this video a like if you liked it, and I'll catch you guys later.